Okay, this is an and probability question, and you are a quality inspector at a factory, and you find that you have a 25% chance of finding a defect. Okay, so right, or basically a 1 in 4 chance of finding a defect when you inspect products. Okay, so the chance of a defect, or probability of the defect, is 25%. And we want to know what the probability is that you will find no defects in a sample of 3 products. Okay, so the way we would want to look at this, there's a couple of things we want to point out here. We're looking for no defects. We have the probability here of a defect, so the probability of no defect is going to be 1 minus 25% is 75%, right? So we have a 75% chance of finding no errors, but we're looking at a sample of 3 products. So this is going to be an and probability, right? So you're wandering the factory floor, you pick up one item, and then you pick up another one, and then you pick up a third, right? So this is going to be a multiplication, right, with an and probability. We're asking what's the probability that each of these 1 and 2 and the third one that you pick up have no defects. Okay? So the way that we would do that with the and probability, right, we multiply. So we would say, again, we're looking for no defects, so we would say the probability 0.75 times 0.75 times 0.75, and that is going to equal 4219. Okay, so about just over a 42% chance of all 3 that you pick up having no defect. Okay, so you could do that a couple of different ways, but if you think about what am I actually doing? I'm picking up these 3 products with the sample, and each of them is going to have no defect. So what is the likelihood of that? And when you do that, it's an and probability, so you multiply. And you could also, if you prefer, you could do 75 cubed, or 0.75 cubed, I should say, and that should yield the same result for you. But anyway, that's, I think, if you want to have kind of a representation of what it is you're doing, an easy way to remember that. Now, part B, we've got a new piece of information here. You have designed a new process that will reduce the chance of finding a defect to 10%. Okay, with your new process, what is the probability that you will find no defects in a sample of 3 products? All right, so this is the same question, right, but we've just got some new information to work with. Again, we have the probability of a defect. We want to know what's the probability of finding no defects. So no defect in your new process is 0.9, right? 1 minus 0.10, or 10%, 0.9. And so then we have just the same problem here. We could say 0.90 cubed, or we could say, again, we're going to pick up a sample of 3. It's another and probability. So 90% times 90% times 90%. And that is going to equal, and this is the probability of no defect, right? And that's going to be 0.7290, right? So almost 73% chance of not finding a defect in a sample of 3. So when you compare the two, I mean, if you were actually able to do this, you would certainly be a hero in your factory, because you would reduce your cost significantly, your defect cost anyway, which would have a positive effect all around on your quality and costs and so on. So anyway, that's all just a couple of and probabilities there, and that's it.